for these words of empowerment. Our next speaker sat here where you sit now 9 years ago. As she embarked on her journey with TSIC Children in Miami Dade College as her roots, she flourished and now serves as a mentor in TSIC Children. Here to share her journey since TSIC Children, please welcome Ms. Brenda Pacouloute, a graduate and alumni of TSIC Children.
Nine years ago, I sat where you are. 9 years ago, I was a high school student, ready to graduate and move out of the state of Florida to Atlanta, Georgia, to attend a small women's institution named Spelman College. Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined that one decision would impact my entire life. I remember my parents dropping me off to college, hugging me tightly, and whispering, "We know you will make us proud." As I watched my family leave my matchbox-sized room, I questioned whether I made the best decision. For the first month of my freshman year, I only went to classes and slept. I didn't know what it was at the time, but when I look back, I now realize that I had the curable disease of homesickness. Yes, I was homesick, and at the time, I didn't know what it was. I thought I just didn't belong, and I wasn't smart enough or socially inept to survive in such a community. I was a girl from the inner city of Miami who had never left the state of Florida or even went away for a summer camp. I could have easily just left. I knew tons of students who went to college and left within their first year. I could have easily used the same excuse. I don't belong here. I don't like it. I miss my family. But I did not. I was quickly cured. My remedy, I freed myself from, "I'm not friendly, and I'm not cut out for this" mentality. In fact, the same mentality was the sole cause of me feeling homesick. You see, once I started joining clubs and organizations, and once I made friends from places like Mississippi, DC, Ghana, Nigeria, California, Chicago, New York, I immediately started to enjoy my college experience. I learned that there wasn't anything wrong with Spelman. I needed to make the change within myself. I needed to change my high school mentality, and once I did that, I thrived. Going to college was the best decision I have ever made, and I wouldn't change my experience for anything in the world. I graduated from college in 2005 with honors. I walked into those gates a girl, wondering if I belonged here, and I left 4 years later, a woman, knowing that I could achieve anything I set my mind to do. I got into Washington University in St. Louis School of Law, and I graduated with my Juris Doctorate in 2008. Thank you. Today, I'm a licensed attorney in the state of Florida. I wish I could tell you that it's going to be a smooth ride, that you won't have to make hard decisions, and that you won't be responsible for what you do today, right now, at this moment. I wish your parents could hold your hand during your first day in college and knock on your door in the morning to wake you up for class so you won't be late. I wish I could make you feel better and tell you that you should stay in your comfort zone and that you should not get exposed to different people, cultures, languages, and ideas, but I can't, and I won't. Because the ride you will be on will be rough sometimes, and every single decision you make in your young life will affect you for the rest of your life. Every decision will either hurt your dreams or help you achieve them. You must remember that today matters. You won't have your parents to play as your personal alarm clock anymore. And to those parents who have children who will be staying home while in college, I implore you to allow them to grow up. A huge part of growing up is learning how to take responsibility for our actions. As a freshman woman at Spelman College, I learned to be early is to be on time is to be late, and to be late is unacceptable. But more importantly, I want to let you know that there is a world outside of Little Havana, Liberty City, Little Haiti, and any other neighborhood that is represented here tonight. There is a huge world outside of Miami, and it's calling you. In Newark, New Jersey, a student is waiting for you to close the achievement gap. He is in the 9th grade, reading at a 3rd grade level. He's been passed from grade to grade. He's waiting for you to inspire him, to push him to reach greater heights. The world awaits your arrival. In Haiti, a young girl's limbs were crushed after a catastrophic earthquake, and she is in dire need of surgery. She is waiting for your blessed hands to make her whole again. Who will go? The world awaits your arrival. In the Gulf of Mexico, an oil spill can be stopped because of you. They are waiting for you to devise a technological innovation and solution. The world awaits your arrival. In a jail cell in Chicago, an innocent young man needs you to ensure that his rights are protected. Although he is poor, he's entitled to a fair trial. Who will represent him? The world awaits your arrival. The First Lady of the United States is in need of a gown to wear to the inauguration ball. She knows that only you can put together her perfect dress. She knows that only you can put together her perfect dress. Have you started your sketch? The world is awaiting your arrival. A nation is praying for your leadership. They know that you have the solution to creating more jobs and putting a halt to the housing crisis. They are relying on you to become their fearless leader. The world awaits your arrival. A creative mind is needed to write a story in a best-selling book that will capture the imagination of a generation, pushing people to aspire higher than they have ever before. The world awaits your arrival. A man is lying on a hospital bed. He stares at the ceiling, creating memories of his wedding day, his child's birth, and his funeral. He's been given 6 months to live, but what's living when you're constrained to a bed and feeding through a tube? Although he's lost, his daughter believes in your research. His daughter knows that you will make a breakthrough in modern medicine. The world awaits your arrival. Your mother, your father, your grandparents, your ancestors, your neighborhood, your community, this nation, this world awaits your arrival. In a few weeks, you will be graduating from high school. That's a blessing. Think about the friends and family you know that have not crossed this threshold. What this ultimately is about is being the best person you can be, the best at whatever you do, and placing no limitations on yourself or allowing anyone else to do so. So if you can only remember one thing, please remember this. Never allow your present circumstance to become a past excuse for not accomplishing your future goals. I repeat, never allow your present circumstance to become a past excuse for not accomplishing your future goals. To graduate means to move on, to elevate to the next level and or challenge. Graduation is only the end of high school, but it's the beginning of your lives as adults and full members of society. Thus, I challenge each and every one of you to do something for me. Take the time to talk to some older people and ask how they felt about their high school graduation and what they did. Whether they followed their hearts or dreams, I tell you now that you would find only two types of people. People who look back at this very moment in their lives with regret or admiration, with pain or joy, with guilt or relief. Unlike any other point in your entire life, the decisions and moves you make now will determine the outlook of the rest of your life. Do not become the person who looks back at this point and regrets having opportunities and not taking them, because there are those people who look at the world and the way it is and ask why. Then there are those people who look at the way the world is, dream about it in ways no one has ever, and ask why not. So what I say to you, class of 2010, is that this beautiful world awaits you right in front of your faces. Reach for it, grab it, take it. It's yours.